Hi, and welcome to Micro Action Sheet 1.7.2. This one's titled Setting Up Your Email System. And the important first step is to watch this video first, which is exactly what you're doing right now. So let's dive into the walkthrough of this Micro Action Sheet. So we'll start with the introduction. It's great to build a community on School, but the true power of your business comes from building your own email list. You've probably heard many people say this. This is the asset that you actually own and control. So in this micro action sheet, we're going to set up a very simple system to automatically collect email addresses from your school community members. Now, why does an email list matter? Well, your email list is really the heart of your online business. And here are a few reasons why. You own and control it, first of all. So unlike any social media followers or YouTube subscribers or Facebook followers or whatever, you can lose those accounts. Those platforms can change. With your email list, you actually own it. You control it. It's a downloadable list of names and email addresses that you can then build a business back up from if ever something dramatic happens to one of your accounts. You can reach your audience anytime. So you're not at the whim of an algorithm change on social media, like what happened with Facebook pages a few years ago, where the reach of a Facebook post from a Facebook page organically used to reach lots of people. Now, when you do a post on a Facebook page, it reaches dramatically less people because of an algorithm change to Facebook's algorithm, where a few years ago they decided they wanted people to pay to promote posts from Facebook pages. With email lists, it really doesn't matter. You could send out an email today, you could send an email out tomorrow to the exact same people, and you can be sure, if you follow the right steps, that that email is going to be delivered and received by those people on the list. The next is it's your direct line of communication with your potential members. So with our strategy, we're building up your goodwill gift, we're building up your free community. And as a result of that, we want to capture the email addresses of people on the way in so that later on we can send follow-up emails to them and reminders, and we can create an automation that brings them back to that free community to ensure that they remember it's there, that they consume it, and then to remind them that you also have the paid version of it available too. So I'll show you how to automate all of this later. The other reasons, though, is that it works for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week with automation. So I'll show you how we set those automations up, and it's essential for long-term business sustainability. At the moment, you might strike gold and hit some social media platform where your posts are getting seen by hundreds of thousands of people and it's working really well. But that doesn't guarantee that it will be like that in a year or even in 6 months from now. So the best thing you can do, if I give you one piece of advice from this whole free phase one of the membership that you've gone through, is to make sure that you're capturing the email addresses and the information of people who are entering your free community so that you have a real business asset that you can then use later on to build your paid membership from. So let's dive into choosing an email system. You can use any platform for this. So there are lots of email platforms out there. Ones that I've used are like ActiveCampaign. There are also others like Keep or GetResponse. You've probably heard of MailChimp. There's lots of different email autoresponders, as they call them. But we recommend one called Go High Level, and you'll hear this referred to as High Level or GHL. And there are a few reasons why. And I've tried a lot of these and different softwares that do a lot of these things. And Go High Level really is the one that I think, if you're going to keep your business simple, the best one to go for. So why Go High Level? As your business grows, you'll find that most likely with a membership site business like this, you're going to eventually need a funnel builder. So to build sales funnels to convert people from visitors to paying customers. You'll need a website builder if you don't have one already, a calendar scheduling tool, a sales pipeline tracker, SMS text capabilities, email marketing, of course, CRM, so customer relationship management system, form and survey builders, so things like Jotform or Typeform that you've probably heard of, analytics and reporting, social media management, and call tracking and recording. Now, with most systems, each of these things, each of these features requires you to then get and pay for a separate tool with individual costs. My experience over years of building online businesses is that using lots of different tools eventually becomes unwieldy, it becomes complex and expensive. Go high level or GHL as we can call it, gives you all of these tools in one platform at one price, which is why I recommend it. Remember, my whole ethos of this membership business is to help you build a non-overwhelming, simple, straightforward membership site business. And if you're going to use an email platform, which I highly advise that you do, you can go and use any of these, but eventually you're going to need to add on other tools and it's going to get more and more and more expensive and complicated. I think even if you take price out of it, the complexity is the cost that later on you're going to become very frustrated if you've got all of these tools and none of them talk to each other and automations that keep breaking. If you can use one platform for it, it really does help. So that's why Go High Level is the one that we recommend. However, the steps in this worksheet can be adapted to use with any email system that you prefer. They won't look exactly the same because I'm going to guide you through how to do it with High Level. And that's why step one is sign up for High Level, but you can do it with any platform. So if you head over to the link, I've provided it there, go to lewissmith.co/high level. Yes, it's a referral link, but you do get a 14-day free trial and you don't pay any more for using my link. And by doing so, you help support the type of free content that I can provide for you here. And if you do use my link and you've gone through your 14-day trial, drop me a little message, a direct message on School, and I might just have a little bonus for you, a little surprise gift that we can unlock for you and send over. Number 2, set up your account with your business information and create a sub account for your membership business. So I'm going to guide you through that because we need to do that first before we can then set up what's called a sub account in here. Don't worry if you haven't heard of these terms before, I'll guide you through the process now. So first thing I'm going to do is open up lewissmith.co/high level. So you can follow along with me right now. Okay, so when you go to lewissmith.co/high level, you'll be taken to this page or a page that looks similar to this. They do change it occasionally, so don't worry if it looks a bit different. And it really, I mean, it's worth having a read through here to kind of further explain the benefits of using High Level. But you'll see they really market themselves as taking all of these different tools, putting them into one platform to allow you to capture, nurture, and eventually close leads into paying membership members. So then when you're ready, you can click the 14-day free trial button, no obligations, no contracts, cancel anytime. So follow along with me here as we do this. I'm going to enter my details in here. And then I'll click on go to step 2. And then for now, I'm just going to go with the starter plan. I'm going to get my 14-day free trial. So I'm just going to pop my card details in here. And then from there, I just need to tick these 2 boxes to ensure that I agree. No subscription fee will be processed today, but when your trial expires, you will be charged the amount on file. But by that point, the goal is that we have paying members that more than cover the cost of a subscription like this. So click on start your free 14-day trial there. So now it's taken me to a page that says your account has been created. So I'll click here to get started. Just follow the instructions, even if they look a little bit different to how mine does here. These systems tend to update from time to time. So I'm going to choose a strong password. So now it's asking me to verify the email address with the code that I've just got. So I'm going to enter that in. And then it's asking to verify my phone number as well. So I'll just do that now. And here we go. Now I'm just going to enter my billing address details, follow these steps through. And then I'll click continue on that. How do you plan to use High Level? I will be using it as a business owner to manage my business. And then do you plan to resell High Level? No, I don't want to resell it for now. It was something we could look at doing later. Which industry are you in? So for this, you put in the industry that you're in. I would say for us, I find it never quite fits into any of the categories that they give us here. There we go, coaching. That's probably the closest thing, isn't it, to a membership site? So we'll say that. How many customers do I have at the moment? I can say I don't have any customers yet. And then what platforms are you using? So if you use any of these, then you can tick these. For now, I don't use any of those. So I'm just going to click on set up my account. And then it's really good. They give you an onboarding call. I'd highly recommend booking that in and having a chat with them. They'll help you, guide you through the process of getting everything set up how you want to. So maybe click on that and open it up and get your onboarding call booked. But for me, I'm just going to open up this and have a look what's going on inside the account. So when you first start, there's some really helpful tutorials here. So if you click on that video, it will open up the video. Watch the tutorials and the walkthroughs. Highly recommend doing this. Go through each of these and you'll get a good feel for how this system works. So treat it just like you're going through this program right now inside the membership, but treat it like you're going through a paid course and a paid program, and you'll get a lot from it. So what I'm going to do while I'm here is head over to settings and then business profile. And I'm just going to fill in my business name and the different parts here, the niche that I'm in, make sure that I've got my language set up, my time zone, basically go through all of these settings, set everything up. So scrolling down to make sure that it's all set up in the way that I want it to be. And then we'll come back and we'll go back to the micro action sheet after that. So pause the video now, fill these bits in to the best of your ability. And then once you've done that, we'll see you back in the micro action sheet. Okay, so once you've done that, you've signed up at lewissmith.co/high level for your 14-day free trial. We were already within your sub account and we named it after your membership business. And yeah, you don't need to do that. You're pretty much good there. So once you've followed the steps in the video, as I mentioned, these change from time to time. So as long as you've got to the point that we got to in the video where you have your account set up, you're good. And then step 2. So this is where we need to connect your school platform, so your membership, and up to your high level account to ensure that you're capturing email addresses of people that are entering school. Yes, they enter their email when they join school because of the membership onboarding question that we set up. But we need to make sure that that information is feeding through into high level. So the way we do that is kind of with a tool that duct tapes the internet together, and it's called Zapier. If you haven't heard of it, you can head over to lewissmith.co/Zapier. The version that we need of it is actually free, just for the basic connection. So if you head over to lewissmith.co/Zapier, link is in here, and then sign up for a free account. So I'm going to do that now. So here I am at lewissmith.co/Zapier, Zapier. And then it's just start with free email, or you can start free with Google as well. Either way, it's free. So go here, enter your email address, enter your first name, enter your last name, and we'll go through. So I'm going to do that now. And then click get started free. So then just jumping back over to the micro action sheet now. So in Zapier, we're going to create a new Zap with these settings. So the way we'll do it is kind of laid out here for exactly how we do it in this step and this step. But let's go through it. So in Zapier, all we do is click the create Zap, and we want to search for school as the trigger app. So let's do that now. So I'm in here. You can click the create button at the top, the big orange create button there, and you want to create a new Zap. And then ignore the AI part at the top. You just find the trigger part here. So this is a bit of a fiddly thing. It only needs to be done once, thankfully, and then you never really have to look at it again. So you just set up the trigger, and what we're looking for is school. So you type in SKOOL and find the school app, and then click on that. And it will then ask you here to choose a trigger event. So what do you want to trigger? Which event do you want to trigger this automation so that it happens automatically? And for us, it's this answered membership questions. So we click on that, answered membership questions, and then it will say select an account. Now you might not have an account linked up with here yet. So I'll show you how to do that. You would click connect a new account, and then it will open up a screen like this one, and it's asking for our school API key and your school URL. So whatever you named your URL, so it's school.com/ what you named it and your API key. So let me show you where you can find those. So I'm back over in school, and what we will do is click on settings. This is for your free community, because remember, we want to trigger this when someone tries to join your free community and they enter their email address in the onboarding questions. And then there are two things we can do. So first, if you go to general, you'll see your school URL here. So it's whatever school.com / and then whatever that word is there in your one. So whatever you've registered your URL as, that would be the word that we would put into the Zapier window that you just saw. And then for the API key, if you go to plugins and then Zapier integration, and then here, if it's not showing, you can click on this. You need to switch this on, this Zapier integration. So once you've toggled this on, all you do is click copy. If you can't see what's in there, then you can click the I symbol and then it will show you what's in there. But you just click copy and then head back over to the window we were in. So then I'll paste my API key into there, just doing paste, and I will type in what goes into there. And then I'll click yes, continue to school. So in Zapier, we created a new Zap. We had school answered membership question as the trigger, and then we connected our school account when prompted. And in school, we got our API key by going to settings, plugins, Zapier integration, and then clicking on edit and copying copied our API key across and our group URL, or the part after the / anyway. So now back in Zapier, we pasted our API key in and the group URL, we clicked continue, and now we're going to test the trigger. And for the action, what we want to do is in high level, have it add or update a contact and have the action as add tag free community. So let me show you how to do that part. So I've just gone through here and I clicked edit connection name, and I just renamed my membership as the connection name in there. So I can tell that it's school related to that one. So for you, you might put whatever your membership was and then free, so that you know the connection name. And the trigger then that we've got set up there is school answered membership question there. And I'm going to do test. So if you want to open up your page, you just go to your school.com / whatever your membership URL is / about. And if you want to do that in an incognito window, you can. So just go to the 3 dots there and click on new incognito window. And then I'm going to join the group as if I were a member of the public now, just to see how it works. So I'm going to add in my details here. I'm going to join just with my personal email address. And then I'll click sign up. And then it's asking me to verify. So make sure you do use your real email address or a personal email address so that you can get in. So I've got my code now that I need to enter. So now it's asking for my best email address, which is what your members to your free community will get shown when they're trying to join. So let's put in our email address now so we can then set up our Zap correctly. And then I'll click join group. And now it says membership pending. The membership admins are reviewing your request and you'll get an email when you're approved, because we switched off instant membership approval. If you remember, we wanted to manually approve our members. So I'll head back over now. You can see now it asks for your profile, your bio and your photo. We don't have to do that right now, but your members will do that when they join. So it's just a good insight into what they see. So now we'll head back over to Zapier and we'll set that up with the test data that we just input. Okay, so if we head back over to the Zap that we were setting up now, and we've set up the trigger. So the trigger now is an answered membership question. So if you click on continue here, let's see if we can run a test this trigger, and you'll find we've now got a record. It says answers A, and this was pulled in just now because we went through and tested this. If you've got a few people that have already joined your community, you'll have a few of these records there. So I'm going to click on that one and I can see the data there. And then I'm just going to click continue with selected record, because that's the data we want to do. Now for our step 2, you can see it's asking us here, well, what action do you want to do? So if I explain this to you just in normal conversational terms, it's basically saying, okay, so in school, in your free community, if someone does answer a question and they enter their email address, what do you want us to do about it? Step 2, okay, that happens. But what do you want to now happen as a result of it? So this is where we say, well, we want to add someone to our email list. We want to create a new contact if it doesn't exist in our email list, because that's how we're going to build our business up. So the back end of the high level system actually runs on a piece of software called Lead Connector. So it's all one word. And if you just look for this little symbol, Lead Connector, that's how you set that up. And you do the same thing here. So it's Lead Connector is the app. what action do you want it to take inside Lead Connector or inside Go High Level, as it's otherwise known. And I would set it to add or update a contact, because you want to add a contact if that person doesn't already exist in your email list. But if they do, then it can just update that contact and add a relevant tag to them, which I'll show you how to do. So for this one, we do account, and it will ask you if you haven't got an account connected already to connect a new account. So we click connect new account, and then it will take you to a screen like this one where it asks you to get the API key from this. So it gives you the link to head to and get it. But let me just show you inside your Go High Level account where you just signed up how you can get this key. So in my High Level account, in the bottom left corner, you can see it says settings. So I'm going to click on that, and then I'm looking for business profile. So you click on business profile and scroll down, and at the bottom here, you'll see API key. You can see I'm highlighting it there. Now that might say next to it, generate API key if you haven't already created one. But for this, I've got one generated there. So I'm going to click on the little clipboard next to it, which just means to copy it. And you can see it says copied there, and head back over to that window that Zapier just opened. Okay, so back here, it says allow Zapier to access your Lead Connector account, or allow it to access Go High Level. Yes, we want to. And I'm going to paste that API key in, and I'll click on yes, connect to Lead Connector. Okay, so back in the micro action sheet, we're up to about here now. So it's select add or update contact as the action, connect your Go High Level account using your API key from Go High Level or Lead Connector. It's confusing that they name them all these different things, isn't it? But you only have to do this once and then it's connected. And then we'll move on to the next page. So back in Go High Level or Lead Connector, we've got your API key. We've done that. Now we've got to finish the Zap setup. So this is where we map the fields, first name to last name, first name and last name, and then email to email. And we're going to add this tag as well, free community -joined. And that needs to be exactly as it is written there. So what we'll do is for first name, you click on here, and we can map by clicking the plus button there. And this is basically saying from the answers that you had entered on the school membership questions. So for example, we can see all of the answers here that we listed, and look, we only had one question, didn't we? But actually there were, you can have more. What is the first name part of that? Well, we can see here, first name is that field there. So first name, I'll click on that, and that's now going to say for every time someone tries to enter the school free community and they put something in the first name box, we'll take what they put in the first name box and map that to the same first name field inside Go High Level, so that it will create a new email contact for them and it will assign that as their first name. And that then means later on, when we have our email automation set up, we can address that person by their first name and personalize the emails. So it's really good. And we'll do the same for last name. So last name, where do we want to source their last name from? It's from what they entered in the last name field when they were entering the membership question and becoming a member of our school community. And then under email, unless you ask for their phone number as well on entry into the school community, which you could do, but the more information you ask for, the more friction it puts in the way of someone joining. So you'll start to find that people are less likely to fill in all of those answers. But if you just ask for first name, last name, and email, then you can do that. And so I've just clicked on answer 1 there for email. Just make sure that it has your test data in that you want. And then as we go down, there's a mandatory field here. So it says mark as lead. We'd want true for that. Basically means, is this a lead? Which is, someone that we would want to market to and could potentially become a customer, eventually a member. And the answer to that is yes. And then tags, as I mentioned, we want to add a tag, but it's a very specific tag. So it's free space community space hyphen space joined. Now what I'll do is paste that into the notes for you here. So back in the micro action sheet, you can see the tag needs to be free community hyphen joined, exactly like that. So the best way of ensuring you don't get this wrong is just copy and paste it. So right click, copy, and head over to the Zap and just paste that into the Zap field there to make sure we got it exactly right. Okay, so once you've got that tag entered exactly as I've done it there, and you've got mark as lead set to true, you can just click continue. And then just have a quick look through and make sure you're happy with what it's going to add into the different fields. So you should have a first name being filled in, a last name, an email, the lead should be set to true, and then tags is just free space community hyphen joined, or space hyphen space joined. And then we just can click on test step. Okay, and the final step is just to double check that that definitely worked and we're happy with that, is I'm going to head back over to Go High Level. And inside my contacts section that you can see here, I've got several different contacts, and I can already see one of them has this tag free community hyphen joined. So I'm going to click on that contact and just check, yep, that's the email address that I entered. It's the first name, last name, and it has, if I go down to tags there, it has that free community joined tag that you can see. So it all worked. Someone tried to join our free community, and as a result of doing so, they got access to it, but they will once we approve their request to join, which I'll show you how to do. And they then got added to our Go High Level email system, which later on in phase 2 and beyond of the membership, I'm going to show you how to then use that to trigger different automations, different nurture email sequences to warm up your free community members and to get them to the point of wanting to join your paid membership. But this is a really important step, and we want to make sure we set this up now so that we can later on build that email list up. And the whole time you're working on all of your content creation and recording content and sending out different posts on different social media platforms, the whole time it's all resulting in people joining your free community, and by doing so, entering your email list. It's as simple as that. And then back to the micro action sheet. So this simple tag will be extremely valuable in the future when you set up more advanced automations in phase 2 of your membership. So you'll thank me later if you just get this set up now, and you won't need to keep going back into the Zapier systems and all the stuff we've set up today. It might seem complex, it might seem very new to you, but it's just like we've done with any other micro action sheet along the way. You set it up and then it's done. It's a micro action. So with that said, it's the final action steps. First, sign up to Go High Level as your email platform. Remember, you can use other email platforms if you want to. I massively prefer High Level over all of the others I've tried. It will save you so much money and complexity and headache down the line by consolidating lots of different tools into one easy to use and very competitively priced system. So if you head to lewissmith.co/high level, that's my link. You get a 14-day trial. Of course, I get some referral fee for you using that link, but it doesn't cost you any more. And it's a way of you being able to hopefully fund the creation of this type of free valuable content if you found it valuable. And also, as I mentioned, if you've signed up to using my link and you've gone through your 14-day trial, drop me a direct message on School and I'll see if I have a little present for you related to High Level. And then the next is sign up for Zapier. So head over to lewissmith.co/Zapier. I'll put the links below to both of those in the notes here, and then use it to connect School up to Zapier. If you haven't already, you can head over to lewissmith.co/school, but you've probably signed up to School already by this point, and we're connecting School to Go High Level, basically our community to our email system using Zapier, which remember is, think of it as like the duct tape of the internet. It just holds everything together. And that should be the free plan that you can use for that as well. And then we're adding the free community-joined tag to new members as well, exactly as I showed you in this video. And then the final step was just to test the connection by joining your own community with a test email and make sure everything fires through correctly as it should. So all as I've shown you how to do in this video tutorial. Remember, this setup is the foundation for your future growth. In phase 2, you'll learn how to automate emails that turn free members into paying ones. And the effort that you put in now will pay off as your email list grows. In a year from now and 2 years from now, once you have a thriving business and a great membership and your email list has grown, you'll look back and thank me that we did this step today to start building your email list if you haven't already. So with that said, these are your action steps. Follow them through now, and I will see you inside the next module. Let's make it happen.